Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. Hope everyone's doing well. Two bits of news. I'm sure everyone's seen this news. I'm mostly interested in what you all think rather than what I think. I saw this bits of news over the weekend. One was in the Ring magazine, or reported rather by the Ring magazine, and I can't really remember where I saw the other bit of news. But anyways, first thing, Terrance Bud Crawford, who is 41-0, age 37. You know, I'd forgotten that he was 37 years old. For some reason, I thought he was a smidge younger. Anyways, according to the Ring magazine, to which he gave an interview, Terrance Crawford believes that Canelo has been holding back a lot in recent fights. Which is interesting. He believes that while he had unanimous decision wins over Berlanga, Munguia, and Charlo, Canelo, who is 34 years old, 62, 2-2, hadn't really been, trying as hard as he could have tried. He said he'd been knocking people over, but he hadn't been finishing people. And where he was going with this was that he was suggesting that he, Terrance Crawford, is the ideal opponent to bring that sort of, bring the best out of Canelo. I don't know if Canelo had been holding back. What Terrance Crawford said, and I'm just going to read it to make sure I get it correct. I don't think Canelo has really been as excited to get up for those fights. I think he held Munguia up. I think he could have done more damage, but the respect he had for Munguia, he didn't want to hurt him too much. With Berlanga, it was what it was. He showed a dominant performance. He just felt like he didn't have to do too much of anything. With Charlo was moving a lot. Canelo won every round. He didn't really feel the need to go in there and just maul him down. With me, he's going to be the best Canelo that we have seen yet. So I don't know. I'm not sure if that's correct. Without going back and looking at all the fights again, I didn't think that Canelo was sort of holding back or not trying his best. But I'm interested to know what you think. Do you think there's some merit to what Crawford has been saying about that? I actually do think that Crawford, when he says, with me, he's going to be the best Canelo that we have seen yet, I think there's merit to that. I think that, coming in against an undefeated fighter like Crawford also a 4-weight world champion, the same as Canelo, I suspect that Canelo will find that to be, well, it will be, if it happens, it will be a massive fight, and it will be, a clash of two boxing titans. I mean, if you can't get up for that fight, then you really probably can't get up for any fights, I would think. I'm not really sure what I think about that fight. I mean, Crawford moving up, apparently he's very comfortable about moving up and all that. I don't know. It seems a stretch for me for him to move up, but obviously he knows his own body. He knows, and he's got great training team and all that stuff. And I would think that would be Crawford's very last fight. If it happens, they're talking about it taking place in September. So I don't know if anything's been inked or whether it's just penciled in. Canelo, of course, has to get through William Schull first, which I would imagine he will. I'd be interested to know, what do you think about Crawford's comments about Canelo sort of holding back in his last few fights? Interesting. The other thing that was interesting to me, and I can't remember where I saw this, but it's been widely reported, so it doesn't really matter, is that Agit Kaybayel, a fighter that I actually do like, as you all know, has made a call-out of Anthony Joshua. Now, this is a serious call-out. I mean, not like this nonsense that Jake Paul was promulgating. I mean, I'm sure Jake Paul was serious. Jake Paul would like a paycheck. But I can't take anything that Jake Paul does with a great deal of seriousness. But the Agit Kaybayel call-out of Anthony Joshua is interesting to me. In fact, you could argue it's ever so slightly a step down. I mean, in that Agit Kaybayel, I think, would be a really good challenge for Alexander Usyk. But anyhow, of course, Anthony Joshua is a crowd draw, right? I mean, if you've got his name on the top of a bill, people are going to be buying tickets and buying pay-per-view and whatnot, right? Agit Kaybayel is 32, 26-0, last 3 fights, stopped Zhilei Zhang, stopped Frank Sanchez, and stopped the big Russian Makhmudov, who was probably overrated. But anyhow, regardless, right? At the time he faced Kaybayel, people were, very impressed with him. Anthony Joshua, 35 now, or coming into 35. I can't remember exactly his date of birth. 28-4, 2 losses to Usyk, 1 to Andy Ruiz, which was avenged, and of course 1 to Daniel Dubois. His last 3 KO'd by Dubois, badly KO'd. He KO'd Ngannou, but Ngannou's not really a boxer, right? And he forced Otto Wallin to retire on his stool. I mean, I don't know. I saw something from Eddie Hearn this morning where Eddie Hearn was saying that, AJ might not be up for that fight. He might not be up for the Parker fight. There's only 2 fights in AJ's mind. One is Daniel Dubois. But, Dubois is tied up. He's looking like he's going to be busy with Usyk and Tyson Fury. And then he can't get into the gym. He can't punch. He's got an upper body injury, but it's not been defined. Yeah. I'm not seeing AJ stepping into the ring with Agit Kaybayel. I suppose there would be nothing in it for AJ, to be perfectly honest. It would be one of those all risk, no reward kind of fights. Because Agit Kaybayel wouldn't get him a belt, which is what he wants, or at least he's claimed he's wanted. And he would be the draw, So it's not like... It's unfortunate, because I would like to see Agit Kaybayel in with somebody like AJ. I actually, at a risk of upsetting British fans, I would be strongly supporting Agit Kaybayel. I think he'd be favourite, to be honest with you. Interesting that it was a sort of a call out there by Agit Kaybayel. I'd like to see Agit get a good fight. I'd like to see him get a real money fight or a fight for a belt. I think he's deserved that. I mean, you can say what you like about Makhmudov being overrated or Sanchez having an injury, but his stoppage of Zhilei Zhang was very good indeed. You compare how Parker beat Zhang. Parker did a very workmanlike job. He got off the deck twice and he beat him, but it was over the distance. But Kaybayel just essentially, to use an old cliche, chopped down Zhilei Zhang. He got off the deck once. He was caught, but he stopped Zhang. So I think he really does deserve something. Again, let me know what you think. I'm really genuinely interested in what you all have to say about this. We're all fans together, and it's not just me talking into a camera hoping that somebody watches. So let me know what you think about these two stories. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We hit a bit of a plateau. We kind of I kind of lost a couple of subscribers, gained a couple of subscribers. I think it's kind of clawing your way up a wall a little bit. So please spread the word. It's a place for, I think, good boxing chat. And on the subject of good boxing chat, I hope to have some guests on tomorrow. Guests who have never been on Porky's Corner. Guests who you will probably be following if you're a boxing fan. Just saying. Stay tuned. Okay, folks, thanks very much. I'll see you on the next video. Wherever you are in the world, have a fantastic day. Cheers. Bye-bye.